Hey look, another golden summit for us to climb to end an episode. Oh boy. Welcome back to part 27 of Neptunia VIIR, where today we're going to be giving chase to Escher in hopes of stopping her from doing whatever diabolical plan she's trying to do. Of course. I guess there's no shaking your determination. Do you believe that sin can be forgiven? What's wrong? Why are you asking that? Just thinking out loud, it's nothing. What about you two? Can you do this? If you wish to back down, I won't stop you. Goodness, why would you say such cold things? That's right, we've already complicit. We're together in heart and soul. Putting aside his sweet, sweet muscles, there's no way we'd leave you now. I see, thank you. Now, so we're probably going to have to fight those two freaks next to Escher as well at some point as we go on.
This is the Golden Summit.
It's huge.
This is my first time seeing it up close, but it truly is gilded. I wonder if it's completely made out of gold.
It's hard to tell. I've only seen real gold used in overpriced audio cables, so...
Let's hurry inside. I don't know what she's planning, but if it will put Leanbox in danger, then as a CPU, it's my duty to put an end to this.
Whoa, what is this place?
I knew it wasn't a regular tower, but to think it would be like this on the inside. Escher?
Wait a second, Vert. She's acting kind of... well, she seems unlike herself.
Now that you mention it, she does seem off. Who are you?
Are you Escher?
No.
Oh, she spoke. Then who are you? Huh. Why won't she answer me?
This could possibly be...
The one who was texting you?
You've been waiting for us, correct?
Yes.
Oh, she spoke again.
Are you our ally?
Yes.
Then my next question. Escher is here, is she not?
Yes.
I knew it was so. Most likely, she is only capable of responding with yes or no.
Oh, I get it. That's why she didn't respond to my question.
Yes.
Oh, she answered me! Yay!
Who exactly are you, anyway? You look quite similar to Escher, but... Of course, there would be no way you would be able to answer that. Which means... Oh, I know! Are you... Isha?
Yes.
I knew it! But your appearance... A text. That body holds both the souls of Escher and myself within it. Only one of us can be in control at any given time, and that's usually Escher. However, in this tower, I can temporarily materialize as a spirit, so I wanted to come to meet you. That is her message.
Why did you send it by text?
She says, I'm sorry, I have difficulty speaking in front of people. I didn't expect that would be the reason this key person in this final dungeon-esque place is so taciturn.
Isha, were you possibly the sender of the letter that was in Vert's room?
She says, correct. While Escher was asleep, I came forward and sent the letter. I could have used her cell phone, but I was afraid she would find out. So that would seem to be her reason for using a letter. All that I can do is guide you to where Escher is. There isn't much time. The ritual will begin soon. You must hurry.
She disappeared! What was she?
I'm not sure, but we had better move quickly and find where Escher is.
If you worked it out yet, Escher, Squaresher, Isha, Enixer, so there's Square and Enix. Anyway, we've got Vert's Golden Summit, the Leanbox Gold Summit. And this one is probably the longest of the bunch, because unlike the first two, this one actually has 4 actual floors of action instead of 2 and then the end. This one's got 4 and then the end.
I let my guard down.
There's a lot more loot here. There's 3 separate bosses including the one at the end. So you've got the one at the end, you've got one that'll be as we approach the 4th floor, and you've got one that'll happen as we, I want to say on the 2nd floor, maybe at the end of the 2nd floor, either start of the 3rd floor, one of the two. Which will be fighting this part. We'll be fighting one of them this part and fighting the other two next part. Just because there's a lot of boss fights to go through, so I decided it'd just be easier to split it. Which does mean, as it stands, Blard's story is the only one that was squeezed into 4 parts. Everyone else is going to be 5, because spoilers, Neptune's is 5 parts as well.
No one can stand up to my beauty.
But like I said at some point I do want to try and squeeze an additional part just so then I can make sure that Act 2 finishes on a Friday, but we'll get there. And then we are the good level that we can just push right to the end. And they do mix up this 1st floor a little bit, because the entrance to the next floor is not at the bottom, it's actually on the top path. Which surprised me a little, because I went on the top path instinctively to check for loot and then just saw the end. I was like, oh. So yeah, I got to the top and it's just up here, so I was like, oh well, oops, I have to try and go down and explore. When I get down to the bottom and have explored everything, I do just cut back to the top. I don't run all the way up, because that'd be a bit of a time killer, really. In fact, I could really skip all of this, because, spoilers, I don't find anything. Because there's really never really anything on the 1st floor. The only item we got was the one that was right in front of us when we entered. But at the same time, I've got some side quests that I can clean up as we go, so I do just that. As we get some jellyfish doggo, the next level up from the numb doggos. So just like the numb doggos, they can inflict status conditions on you. Mainly paralysis, as you saw there, poor Netgear. As in paralysis, you can't move until it passes on. We used it with Noir on a couple bosses, so you should be familiar with it a little bit by now. At least I hope so. If you've played any JRPG ever, you know how shocked or paralysis worked. But yeah, as we're nearing the end of the story, I want to take a moment to kind of like talk about how I feel about it a little bit, because I kind of alluded to it a little bit, and if you've seen my review you already kind of know this, but I find Verts to kind of be the weakest of the stories, because not much really happens. There's no like growth for Vert. Like, it's not like Noir, where she learns to appreciate the family and friends she's got, and she helps Keisha overcome this great hurdle within her and gains a friend through it. It's not like Blanc, when she learns to appreciate and trust people just outside of her circle, and get to appreciate the community and people for who they are, know who to protect, know who to help, gain a friend in the form of Seisha, and know how important the little sisters are to them. And Neptune will also have her own little path as she goes on, as we go through it. But Vert is just kind of, I'm going to make jokes about Netgear being my sister for the whole adventure, and stop Estra making a fool of herself along the way. Like it doesn't really feel like there's any growth for Vert. It feels kind of slapped together without much thought to it, which I just don't think's much of a good service on the character. Also, on my way back up, Netgear leveled up again. And I just don't get it. Like, it feels like this story was really haphazardly thrown together compared to everyone else. But I don't know, I guess I can't really cry of it too much. It was nice to have Vert as a protagonistic role, full stop. I just hope they find the excuse to give like each of the 4 goddesses their own role. Like, have the 5th game have its equivalent to this game's Act 2, where each of the 4 goddesses gets their own mini story. Make it a little bigger for each one, like make it one or two more dungeons wider than what we got. Give them some room to breathe, give them a story that's actually interesting. Not to say that this one isn't, it is very interesting as a whole. It's just individually I feel that Vert's, and to a lesser extent Neptune's, just doesn't quite keep up. Like, I felt like Noir and Blanc's are the best too. They're both very interesting and have a lot going on. Even if Noir's is a little bit wild with Keisha and her yandere life. It's still like, you know, it's still something, you know. It was like in Blanc, like with Seisha, I thought that story was very interesting, breaking Seisha down and then her having to find a new purpose to fight, because her old one was just kind of pushing her over the edge. She was falling to a very darker side. Whilst in this one, if Vert's not making jokes about Netgear is my sister, then like, what's going on? Oh, we're getting ordered around to fight a demon king that's not real. Okay, neat. But yeah, but this Golden Summit, if you're absolutely hideous at platforming, you should still be fine here. Like, they're really, like, maybe it's just because I've played platformers for years, so I really don't notice the issue, but I really don't have any trouble with the platforming here. Like, I hesitate with the Elite Ribbon, because it boosts all my stats, but it's just such a plummet to my overall power and accuracy. I was just like, ugh. Because as I said before, if you sprint to an edge and jump, the character, like you saw there, she stopped for like a couple frames. It won't let you just slide off in the jump animation, so it is very easy to get away with timing it. You can press the jump button too late and still get it. If you drop down here, however, you're stuck down here until you take the teleporter and go back round, which you're gonna want to do anyway because it leads to loot. Over here, to get the elite dress of that, which is the first of several costumes that seems to have some real clipping issues with Vert's model. Not in the exploration in the world, it's when you go to transform. When you go to have Vert transform into a goddess form, oh my days does this costume clip through the camera like mad. Like I mentioned it last part that the costume can clip through it a little bit, but this just really takes the piss. Also, throughout this dungeon you will be collecting, similar to Blanc, you'll be collecting pieces of an armor set for the goddess form. Which, as I said, added to my point of why is Noir the only one that gets the cut here? Like Neptune kind of gets lucky because she already gets some from the first gen CPU, like the first gen CPU dungeon. You know, the techie place we explored in Act 1.
Let us be graceful.
So now I know I'm approaching the boss. I equip all the armor pieces I've collected so far. There's a couple more to get that we'll be getting like next time as we explore more of the dungeon. But let's move on, shall we? It looks like we have intruders. Who? 2 women. Those 2. Why are they here? What will you do? It'd cause trouble if they make it here. Then, why did you leave this to me? You'll take care of them? No, I'll use Neptune. That's not very reassuring. I doubt she would win. But you see, she's the most effective, especially towards that Netgear girl. What do you mean? Those 2 had once banded together in order to defeat me. And despite her being in a different dimensions Neptune and not her true sister, Netgear still thinks of her as a sister. In essence, it's impossible for Netgear to defeat Neptune. But what about Neptune herself? There's no need for concern. She is a tried and true member of our secret organization. She will not defy us. So she should be enough to stall them. A dirty method. It suits you. Heh, I'll take that as a compliment. I know my voice is slightly slipping for Arthur, but I'm trying. Also, random enemy here, so why not? I couldn't remember if past we just skipped the enemy or went straight to the cutscene, but no. But anyway, we got another event, so whoopee. This place is filled with pigs, as usual. How are the preparations going? It's getting in top shape. Come on, round pigs, over this way. Hey, where is this? Are we going to be shipped? We're not shipping you, so no worries. By the way, where is Neptune? Neptune's playing with the Ranpigs over there. I see. Are we going to get shipped? It's alright. If you're a good kid, you won't be shipped. Really? Yup, really. Let's just come over here, alright? You, Neptune, you have a job. Oh, Alfie, look, I taught a Ranpig a new trick. Hey. What? You're getting shipped? No way! See, we're in perfect harmony. Who told you to teach the pigs tricks? I told you to throw these pigs into the cages. Oh, but they're saying they're too small in the cages and they don't want to. So the cage is no good at all. I can't even stretch my legs. Just throw them in there already. You pigs, get in those cages. I don't wanna. Why, you will. You've got a lot of guts for a pig to stand up to me for that. For your insolence, I'll turn you into a roast. What? That's scary. Hey now, Alfie, stop it. The Rampigs are scared. Don't you have business with me? That's right. Your job has changed now. You're assigned to intercept intruders. Intruders? Huh, so there really are people who'd come all this way out to this tower. Your opponent is Netgear. You can do this, right? Oh, I knew you'd make me do this someday eventually. But it's already here. Don't make it out to be the bad guy. All you have to do is stall for time until the ritual's done. Are you capable of that? That sounds like something I could do. Then I'm leaving those brats to you. Oh dear. Here we get in trouble.
Longer until we find Esha.
All this walking is getting tiring. I think I'm getting thirsty too.
I concur. If I knew we were to walk this much, I would have bought a drink.
Here, take this then.
Oh, how very kind. Thank you.
Huh?
Whew. It's chill, refreshing, and so easy to drink. How delightful.
I'm glad you liked it. What? What's wrong, Nepgear? Why are you opening and closing your mouth like a fish? Neptune, why are you here? It's been a while, huh? Haven't seen you since Zero Dimension, and I haven't seen Miss Busty over here since that hotel bath.
Huh? You?
Do you know her too, Vert?
Yes. We've met at the hotel's public bath, but I didn't realize she was the other Neptune that you had met.
Surprised, aren't ya?
Well, yes. I can hardly believe it. I couldn't see your face well with all that steam, but you look just like Neptune.
But why are you here? Simple. It's because I'm a member of Affimax, and I'm on a mission to intercept the two of you. What? Why are you part of Affimax? Well, it's complicated. But since that's what's happening, let's just battle it out already.
God damn it, Big Nep. But this fight's can be difficult because Big Nep really doesn't pull her punches, and as mentioned when she was on your team in Act 1, she's real goddamn powerful. Like, she can really kick your ass if you're not prepared. I like how the character's faces emote even in battle exchanges, but still. So just be wary when she starts attacking people. Sometimes you get lucky and she decides to attack you, like, facing you, even though her weaponry is specific to only attacking you from a side angle. So as long as you don't, like, as long as you don't line up your team members so she's got both of you in range, you should be fine. Like here, where she's going to be able to hit us both with the edges. But if she catches you in the red and starts attacking you with the red side of it, you really are going to start feeling the trouble.
I thank you.
If you get lucky and she decides not to do it, this fight isn't too bad. But if you get unlucky and she does keep you in her red zone when she's attacking, she will rip through your health bar quite quickly. Like, it's the first boss that can actually be kind of difficult as a whole if you're not prepared. But even if you are prepared, if you get unlucky, it can just be a bit rough. Thankfully, I don't get too much trouble here, so I don't really get to show it off. But like you see there, Nepgear was in the yellow, but Vert was in the red. And each attack did like 200 to 300 damage, and she hit her like 4 or 5 times. So she really will start ripping through your health. Especially if you haven't been fighting every single enemy along the way like I have. Like, if you're under-leveled even a little bit, Big Nep will absolutely rip through you. It's nice to have a boss fight actually be tough in this game. And I know as a whole the bosses were a lot tougher in the original release of this game, which I am half tempted to get at some point, to get the original version of V2. Because at some point I would love to get the original version of the first 3 games as well on PS3, which is Neptunia, Neptunia Mark II, and Neptunia Victory, because I only own all the remakes. But still, I think the first 3 games would have to wait, but I would get V2, especially because if I did get V2, I'd get, you know, the old actresses, because Vert and Noir have different actresses for the remake going forwards. Their original actresses that have been doing it. What the fuck? The original actresses that have been doing it since the series start didn't come back for the remake and haven't come back since, which is a shame because I really love the original cast. It's more noticeable with Vert than Noir. Like Noir, I actually don't mind the new voice. A lot of people don't like the new actress and prefer the old one. The old actress being the one who's now the voice of Chie and has been since everything after the original release of Persona 4. But her current one, I think, works because it's like a slightly more relaxed version, which makes sense for her character because she has eased out a little bit as the series gone on. She's not as excitable or wild, I think is a better way to put it, as she used to be. But I don't know. I just don't think the new actress puts the same heart into it the way the old one did. The old one was hilarious. I thought the old one added a lot more to the character, whilst the new version, she's not a bad actor at all. She's far better than anything I could ever do, as this Let's Play has proven. But I just don't think she put the same amount of spirit into it that the old actress of her did. I mean, when I put in that little parody clip from the anime, like the other part, it was like when I was watching and going through the anime and watching it, like to just get that clip, I was just like, wow, yeah. Vert's old actress did a much better job of like adding life to the character that this one just doesn't. Also, yeah, you might. The reason why I was surprised earlier is because Big Nepp just casually pulls out a gun, like, you know, just as you do, and she has like the biggest shit-eating grin on her face. It's so unfitting to see Neptune just point a gun at someone like, "Hi!" Like, I know in the new OVA that literally just came out, she has a gun in that as well, and I haven't seen it yet, but I've got a good feeling it's the same deal in terms of just awkwardness of just seeing it and being like, But anyway, we're about to wrap this up. Ultra Dimensions Neptune hasn't got much left. Annoyingly, that wasn't enough to kill her, so it looks like Netgear is going to get the final blow. As I said, don't use Celestial Severance, Rob. You don't need to use it. She hasn't got that much left. It'd just be overkill at that point. But yeah, that's all. The rest of this part is going to be cutscenes. So next time on Neptunia VIIR, we'll be continuing our climb to the summit to try and stop Escher from her plan with all those pigs. But until then, you guys take care now.
Even if she's a different person, she still fights as a Neptune should.
You guys are plenty strong as well. Seriously, I said it already, but you're much stronger than last time, Nepgear. That makes sense, though. You've probably been grinding a lot down here, huh? Nice work.
Speaking with such meta-mannerisms is just like our Neptune as well.
Neptune, please, stand aside! We don't have any time to be wasting in fighting you right now. Besides, I don't even want to fight with you.
Yeah, sure thing.
Huh?
My job was just to stall you guys. I'm not really trying to defeat you. Besides, she never told me how long I had to stall you for anyway. I probably accomplished my mission by now, I think.
Neptune, what's going on in that brain of yours?
Well, see you again soon, Nepgear, Miss Busty.
Neptune, wait!
She left.
Why is she...
I understand that it concerns you, but we must stop Escher before doing anything else.
Yeah, I know, but...
Since you had more of a relationship with her, it's difficult for me to empathize in the same way. In any case, you will have to hold that thought until we locate Escher. I have a feeling the reason Neptune stood in our way is related to her somehow.
So you think Escher is connected to Affimax?
Possibly, if my reasoning is correct anyway. But to confirm this, we must move on ahead.